Hey, how you doing today? I am Tequila Coleman. In today's video, we're going to talk about don't fall for prodigals manipulation. So, we have been having conversations around letting go of your prodigal spouse, right? And for some of you, you are letting go of your prodigal spouse. Some of you, you gotten out the kitchen. And then there's others who may have blocked your prodigal spouse only to unblock them a couple of days later, right? And maybe your prodigal has reached out to you and, trying to figure out why did you all of a sudden stop talking to them. You know, um, they want to know why did you block them, why you cut them off, why did you end all communication, just out of the blue. And so you may be asking yourself, um, should I tell my prodigal, why I responded the way how I did? And so here's the thing. You don't have to explain to your prodigal anything, okay? See, number one, it's a prodigal, okay? That's someone who is up under God's wrath. This someone who has a reprobate mind. This is someone who operates in control and manipulation. Okay, your prodigal is fully aware of why you responded the way how you responded to them. Okay, your prodigal is fully aware of their actions. They know exactly why you cut them off, why you blocked them. They know this. Okay, and prodigals will play that role and act like they don't know. They will, they'll reach out to you, they would show interest soon as you cut them off, right? It's manipulation, right? Just to get back in, pull you back in, draw you back into them, only for them to, hurt you all over again. So don't fall for prodigal's manipulation. Here's the thing. Let's talk about blocking your prodigal, okay? I have said this in previous videos. When we block our spouses, we are partnered with the kingdom of darkness, okay? This is something God had to correct me on, but understand blocking because the enemy doesn't want you to have any communication with your spouse, right? So the enemy is the one who create blocks, right? He will try to block that interaction, this communication. So God doesn't want us to block our prodigal spouses. He does want us to go in divine separation, practice self-control, self-discipline. He wants us to separate ourselves from them because prodigals are serving the enemy. Prodigals, some of them are bowing down to other gods, right? And God doesn't want us to yoke ourselves with them, or else we will learn their ways, right? But understand, when you block your spouse, blocking can hurt, right? It really can. When you find out someone just blocked you, that can kind of hurt your feelings or whatever. It can kind of like sting a little bit, right? Blocking can move a person to anger, you know. Blocking, can cause one to get offended or it's like what I'm trying to say here is blocking can really hurt an individual, and God doesn't want us hurting one another in this process, right? That's why God had to correct me on taking my God ordained prodigal spouse off of the block list, right? Because God is all about reconciliation and bringing correction to certain things in this love story. So instead of blocking your spouse on social media, you can hover over, you can go to your spouse page, and instead of blocking them, you can click, um, it's on the page, but you can click the little three dots and it will give you the option if you want to hide their post, or it would give you the option, because you can hide the post or you can mute post from your spouse, right? So instead of blocking your spouse, how about you do that? How about you just hide their posts, or you just mute them? You can mute them for like 30 days or 60 days, you know. How about you just mute the post, or hide the post? That way you don't even see it. It's not coming up in your feed, your social media feed, right? So I wanted to just throw that out there so that we can stop blocking, because look at your pattern. When you block your spouse, a lot of you go back to unblock, right? And that makes you look double minded. It also communicates to your prodigal, I still got him or her, right? don't take you serious. Okay. So instead of doing all of this, how about we just hit the high button or mute their post, right? And just keep it moving. Okay. And practice self control, self discipline, staying out of that kitchen. Okay. But you don't have to explain to your prodigal why you blocked them or why you cut off communication suddenly. You don't have to explain any of these things. As a matter of fact, I don't even recommend for you to explain these things, not right now. Wait until stage 9 when God sends your spouse back in their right mind. See, when they come back in stage 9, you will be talking to someone who is in their right mind. You would be talking to someone who is aware of who you are. You would be talking to someone who has been corrected by the Lord. Counterfeits are now removed, right? You would be talking to someone who, God has moved this individual to a level of healing of the heart, right? So you can tell your spouse and explain to your spouse why you blocked them, but not right now, okay? Because you would be talking to a prodigal. Wait and have that conversation when the two of you get to stage 9, when your prodigal is in his right mind. They know who you are. They're aware of the error of their ways. Counterfeits are removed, and when counterfeits are removed, now your spouse can really think clearly. They can see you, right? And they can focus on you. Okay. But right now, your prodigal is fully aware of why you blocked them. They know they've been wilding out. They know, they've been going from counterfeit to counterfeit to counterfeit, right? When a thing, when the very thing you've been overlooking is taken away from a person, you know, usually that individual who is taken away from, they don't like that, right? And they will come running back, trying to get your attention, trying to get back in. But no, you know, God is teaching your prodigal a lesson right now. You don't take, your God ordained for granted, even if they're not even aware that you are their God ordained. Okay. And your prodigal needs to know, okay, um, that certain behavior they cannot do to you. So you don't have to give in, you don't have to give a response right now. Like how I said, instead of blocking your spouse, go ahead and hit hide post or mute their post for a certain amount of days. Okay. And just practice self-control and self-discipline. Okay. So don't fall for prodigals manipulation. Prodigals are fully aware of how they are responding to you, how they are treating you. They are fully aware of what they are doing, okay, and how they are disobedient to the Lord, okay? Allow God to bring correction where correction is needed. You continue to move forward by faith into that promised land and know that y'all can have this conversation when the two of you both reach stage 9, okay? So with that, I am Tequila Coleman. I'll talk to you real soon. Take care.